Like that one? And I'm your host, Omar.
And I'm Dylan.
So this is the O Show. Practically, what we're doing on this show is like two
Talking about
topics.
random topics.
Two topics, doesn't matter what they are. We're gonna keep one, kind of funny-ish, one kind of serious, but it doesn't matter. Like they both can be either or. So, um, but we're gonna keep it down to like 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. This one's gonna be like the first running of this show ever, so it could go to like 20 minutes, but we're gonna keep it to about 15 minutes, because I feel like a lot of people that like watch our shows or try to watch like when I first did the gaming one, they're like, oh, it's too long, blah blah blah. But like this is for everybody who doesn't like video games, plus like the people who like don't want to sit there and listen to something for like an hour. Which I understand some people want to listen to music or whatever, but I like to listen to podcasts. And I want to listen to this, and sometimes I want to hear people talk about something and not just like somebody sing about nothing that makes sense. Like Lil Wayne
from Chandeliers.
Yeah, and coming in like a wrecking ball, or anything Lil Wayne raps about at all. He said something about Keisha Cole the other day, but he said Keish like it's cold, and he's like it's cold out in this motherfucker, and I was like, what? That doesn't make sense at all. What are you talking about, man? But that's Lil Wayne.
And like I was saying, basically made the trap scene what it is, dude. They were like, oh man. They were like, we're gonna take Gucci Mane's style, and we're gonna take Lil Wayne's rapping skills and puns, and we're gonna fuse them together. And what do we get? Trap music.
I hate it. I hate trap music.
I love trap beats. Trap beats are dope.
Okay, the trap beats are good, but that doesn't mean that you just got totally miss.
Hey, dude, I don't understand Future. I just don't understand it. I listen to more hip hop than most people I know, but I just don't understand the Atlanta trap scene. Beats are dope.
Anyways, that's not our topic. Our first topic is nostalgia, and just like anything that goes with nostalgia. So, like we haven't talked in like practically like 3 years, 4 years now.
Yeah.
And we just started hanging out, and like we went to school together. We've been friends since like 4th grade, and like we've had a lot of moments. Like stuff triggers sometimes. Like we'll just be sitting here talking, and then I'll be like, yo, you remember that time we was in the creek, and you got bit by a fucking what was it thing? The crayfish.
Oh
and you're like, ah, that tickles. And it's just like it's no reason for us to like even like, but it's just like nostalgia. Cause I was talking to somebody probably like a good 2-3 months ago, and we were talking about hobbies that I like, and I was telling him I like video games, and he's like, oh, I love music and blah blah blah, and very one like track mind, like doesn't really understand too many things. I don't understand how people just like are so secluded into one thing that they like that just don't understand other things. And he was trying to tell me that I don't get nostalgic moments from like video games, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like nostalgia just isn't,
your childhood.
Yeah, like not even just childhood
experiences.
Yeah, it's like something that triggers something to make you remember something else. And like he just like didn't understand. Like he kept saying like, oh, when I listened to like a whole album, I remember where I was and what I was doing at that time and what year it was and blah blah blah. I'm like, I get the same thing from video games or anything else I do, like sports or whatever. Like I play a video game, and like years down the road, I might hear a sound that was in that video game. I'm like, yo, that sounded like Mario jumping on freaking Goombas and stuff. People were like, oh, that does sound like that. Then we talk about like first time I played Mario and like where we were at and like how that inspired like some of us gaming wise and shit like that. Cause like that's one of the first games that most people play.
So I can never name my first game.
You never
too
played?
young. I played Mario. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no. Yeah, first game.
I was like, I was playing computer games 3 or 4.
Yeah, you don't remember nothing back then.
I don't remember none of that shit.
No, I remember just going to my grandma's room and going.
I mean, I remember games I beat. I don't remember in what order I beat them or any of that shit. Most of them were ones I probably shouldn't have been beating, but I learned how to because we didn't have television. I just watched my dad play video games.
Yeah.
And learn that stuff.
But like, see, like you're just remembering like. Just me even talking about first video games, like you're remembering like the games that you played. And
Also,
stuff
people
like
don't understand. It's like I didn't have television.
Yeah.
And I lived in Cleveland, inner city. There wasn't going around riding my bike. It wasn't an option. So it was
That
play
must have
video
been weird
games.
when you moved out here, huh?
Dude, it was great. I got to ride. I could ride my bike anywhere. I could creek in my backyard. I could go. Cause I was like, man, this place is great.
Yeah. But yeah, like like anything gives you nostalgia. And I don't ever knock anybody for the stuff that they like to do,
Nah,
unless it's like
to each their own.
like I went to a club, like a country club, and people were
I'll get square dancing.
people were line dancing, and I was like,
Or that.
I don't get that at all.
Then again, I wouldn't be caught dead in that place. Do you guys want to go to square dancing? No, I'm not wearing cowboy boots. I'm not listening to country music, and I'm not square dancing.
But yeah, like I mean, I'm a very nostalgic person. Like any little thing sparks up my interest of like anything.
Sure is memories.
Like
fall. Think about Dodge car. Every time.
yeah.
Diving in the leaves.
So
Forever.
for the people who don't know, Dodge Car was a game that I kind of started when we stayed a night at. I would stay a night at your house. Like I never really.
You'd be going to Alex.
Yeah, like I never really had people stay at my house, but it was called Dodge Car, and we weren't actually dodging cars or anything like that. But we were. It was like usually night. Like I'd be like, stay at your house all day, and I'd be like, yo, we gotta go. I was like, can I stay the night? You go ask your mom. Your mom be like, ask your dad. Your dad be like, yeah, it's cool. And then like I'd be like, well, I gotta go get some clothes, and I gotta ask my mom. So this is before we had cell phones, obviously. So I'm like, we run back to the house. But it's usually nighttime because I would go to your house like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Chill there until
like 7 or 8.
Yeah, and then like we run back to my house, and the whole objective of the game was for the lights not to hit you. Like you didn't want the car to see you running around. So like, and there was no way to lose. It was just like a fun way to get to the house faster without.
Maybe always wondering like if the cops drove by, what they thought when they see kids just jumping behind trees and bushes and shit.
And we just used to do that all the time. We go back to my house. Then like my mom would be like, hell no, you can't stay at that house. And I'd be like, why not? She'd be like, because I want you home tonight. I'm like, whatever, mom. And then I go tell you, and then you have to like walk home by yourself.
Yeah.
But it's a crappy thing. But like we used to do that all the time. And I think about that sometimes too. I'll be like,
I hated that.
what?
Mom, can I stay here? No, I want you home. Why? So you can spend time with the family. It's like, but if I come home, you guys are gonna be in the living room watching whatever's on TNT. And I'm gonna go into my bedroom and play video games.
Yep, exactly.
So why can't I just hang out with my friend instead of sit in my bedroom playing video games?
Nope, because we want you home.
No sense.
And didn't.
I'd be like, I already did all my chores, everything's done. Can I just stay? No. Alright, I got it. Can you at least tell me why? Because I said so. What a great reason.
Beautiful parenting sometimes. There's never ever an explanation. I get explanations now. Like, I just didn't really want you to go stay a night at somebody's house. Like, that's it.
But yeah, I would have fought that. I'm like, why don't you want me to? Because I don't want you to. Well, I want to. So, if I haven't done anything that deserves me not to be able to do this, can't I just go?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like they didn't know my friends. They didn't know what I was doing.
Right, like I was at your house all
It's
the
like,
time.
all we're gonna do is stay up all night together playing video games instead of doing it separately.
Yeah.
Please.
Like when we got
Please.
older, like I was just like, nah, I'm gonna just chill at home.
Yeah.
I'm like, we can all play together. Like,
Well, online was also like, you couldn't Smash Brothers online or play NFL Street.
Yeah.
Or, like, it just, our childhood didn't have that.
We didn't. These kids are spoiled these days. They're gonna be like, yo, remember when we used to stay at my house, you stay at your house, and we play video games? That's the kids gonna be today.
Yeah.
Secluded from each other. But we were like, remember that time we stayed at each other's house?
Remember that time where I walked a TV, one of those old CRV TVs,
Yes.
like, what? It was about a mile all the way just so we can land Halo. Not thinking that I have to walk it back in the
your
winter.
dad gave me, and then you had to
Oh,
carry
that
it over
big,
your
the
head.
big chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was 2 of them, and then the.
I don't even know why my
one.
mom let me have that stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't get it. Like, there would be
Yeah, the
times.
chair was nice.
I know there would be times though where she'd be like, "You're not bringing more junk into this house," and I'm like, "Why not?" And she'd be like, "Just you're not bringing junk into this house." But she let me have that blue couch that you guys had,
big
and
blue
then the
chair
one that your
and
dad had that
that,
had like the rocking thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I never understood why she let me just have both those in my room.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever, mom,
You
I'll
got a
keep
sweet
them.
chair.
Right? Like they're cool gaming chairs and stuff like that.
I
But
missed that big blue chair. It was my favorite, dude. Because it was like so big you could sleep on it still.
yeah,
It's glorious.
it was cool. Though I was like, I got a chair. How many people got like lazy boys in their room and stuff like that? I'm doing it. I'm doing it now.
Dude, I love my lazy boy.
Yeah.
The fact that I got it for free makes me love it even more.
But yeah. So like nostalgia, like I feel like some people don't understand it. Like when I talked to him, I was just like, I just thought everybody had an understanding about nostalgia, or like things that can make you feel nostalgic.
Most people have different definitions for different
And I'm
things.
just like, how does music, which is a type of media, give you that, but video games can't do that for me. And I just like look at him like, cause I
tell
remember
everybody,
like,
in my opinion, video games are the highest form of art. It's one we can achieve.
yeah,
Like you, you have the writing that you would have in a book.
it has everything in it.
You have the full cutscenes that are basically movies. You have all the artwork in it. Blows anything else out of the water. Like
Yeah.
the amount of art that goes into a single video game. I still don't think anybody actually truly appreciates. Period. Like some games are fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
They're all the music and everything that goes into them. It's a lot.
And
It's a lot.
like, it's just weird that like I'm like, there's music in the video games.
Yeah.
It's just like, and that was another thing.
I
It's like
think
he's such a music person that he just doesn't understand that like he only has like one form of music, and it's rap. And I'm just like, yo, like that's not the only thing
That's
that's
pretty
out there.
weak.
Yeah,
I
like,
can't even consider you like a music head if you're like I want to listen to rap.
rap. But then like he'll try to pull different things out and be like, oh, I like this, blah blah blah. And it's just like, but like we had that conversation, and after that conversation, I was just like, I need to do a topic about nostalgia because it's like, if he is kind of ignorant toward that like certain subject, like
Everybody's ignorant about something.
yeah, like how did like, and it's like we talked about it, and I was just like after the conversation, I was like, I felt smarter.
Hey, nothing makes you feel smart like talking to someone dumb.
I was just like, well, like how do you just not understand the concept of nostalgia at all? And like, but I love it. Like I just like I sit down, I'll be like, and it kind of like it feels weird now because like for video games I do feel like it's a little different than it is for like a song because like
Well,
video
song you
games
could be anywhere.
well not even that like video games is such a small like it's still young. Like a lot of people don't understand. Like video game, the industry is still really young.
Oh yeah.
And like we
It's
live in
only
this
been
era.
around, what, 40 years?
Yeah, we lived in this era where like there was a time where you didn't have a chunk of video games because you had new systems and like unless you kept your old system, which some people did, some people didn't, some people like sold it in garage sales and stuff like that. Like you could never play those games, but now we can play those games. So like you get that nostalgia feel, but it's like it's so like smashed into one thing where it's like man, like it doesn't feel the same because I don't have the same controller and I don't have like whatever. Like I still get
that
that.
all the time. Like
Yeah.
I'll go back and play certain games and I just can't. I'm like, you know what? I don't like this style of game anymore.
Yeah, and like with music, like you can get any music, like any piece of music now, all the time, and it's been like that for like hundreds of years. Like where you just like
Well, I wouldn't say that.
not hundreds, but like
50, 60, 70.
yeah, but like gaming is like, are you like 20, 30 years old? Like
And even then, for a long point, like it being cool to like nerdy, geeky shit, still really new. Like
Yeah.
even in our high school time, which is only 7, 8 years ago. when
yeah,
we
for
were-
those people who are like, oh, I love Mario and I love like this and that, and I like freaking Nightmare Before Christmas because it's dark and gothic and stuff like that.
That
Like
shit
that.
was uncool.
Yeah, like that was like nobody liked that as their
I
favorite
mean,
Disney
they
movie.
they liked that shit, but they didn't. I still think people that say that Nightmare Before Christmas is their favorite Disney movie is just really trying to be edgy.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody, but I just think
No, like
the movie's overrated in comparison.
vastly overrated.
to
Or like
the
people
other
who just
movies
like
that
don't
came
even
out
know
in the
anything
same
about
era.
video games, but we're like video game stuff. I'm just like, get out of here, dude. Whatever. So,
Kills me.
it kills me too. It kills me. So we're gonna get to the next topic, and it's gonna be summertime. And I want to know, cause I don't like summer. I don't. I don't see the glory around summer. I get why some people like summer,
I love summer.
and I don't. I'm not a party person. I'm not like like that at all. I'm definitely like a winter is my favorite, and like fall.
I love hiking. I love I love going on canoe trips. I love going shooting. These are all things that I either can't do or I'm going to be really pissed off while doing in winter.
I don't know. I just
Like camping and stuff. Like it's really good when you can actually.
I went camping for the first time this year. Like
It probably sucked because you want like did you go with like your girlfriend or family or something?
yeah, but like it was at
Big mistake. You don't want to go with your girlfriend.
Why?
First, because girls, except for a few, generally they like to stay clean and neat. Like you can't go out into some wilderness.
But I like
for
to
five.
stay clean and neat.
Fuck that shit. I don't care. I'm going out into the woods for 5 days. Like all I care about is like I got a handful of friends around the fire, we bullshit, we drink,
I do that at home.
do whatever.
I have a fire outside my house, and then when everybody's done, I can put it out and go in my house and take a shower.
I like camping, dude.
I just there's something
Just
about it. Like
being
it
in
was
the
cool.
woods.
It was cool at first. Like we was sleeping in the tent.
That's the
then-
worst part. Anybody who's like, oh, sleeping in the tent, sweet. No, it sucks.
Yeah, it does. Cause like we woke up freezing the next morning. I was just like, why is it so cold? It's the middle of July and I'm freezing. Like it was cold. Like I don't know. I like the cold weather though, so like it didn't bother me that much. Like I just woke up like it was like literally 90
That's the
degrees.
reason I love. If you take humidity out of the equation altogether, summer's grand. The only time it sucks is when I'm feeling like I'm walking through water. It's just so mucky and nasty and screw Lake Erie.
But I just like I don't know. I don't like summer. I don't like the things. I feel like I feel like people are just gonna complain no matter what. Cause now I'm starting to see like the Facebook posts where people are like, this hot weather needs to calm down. And I'm like, you were just complaining all winter and fall about how cold it is and how
People
you want.
just like to complain.
Yeah, and
I
I'm
mean,
just
in
like,
my opinion, the best months are fucking fall and spring. Mainly because like I can walk over. My comfortable. If I'm wearing a hoodie and pants, happy.
yeah.
That's what I want to wear. That's what I'm comfortable. Like,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
me
most
too.
comfortable in. So like,
I mean, I wear that in the winter too.
no, I need like, and I go outside. I got like 2 jackets on, a hoodie. Screw that. Everybody's like, man, don't you think you go overboard? Or do you get cold after an hour? Yeah, well, I don't. It's grand.
I mean,
got
I'm
these
never
gloves,
outside
I
that
got
long
these-
anymore in the winter, but
I walked everywhere, so
I mean, we both did. I mean,
yeah. I was not about to walk in the fucking cold without wearing multiple coats.
yeah.
It's
I
like, look, remember Eddie? Middle of winter, -4 out, t-shirt. Like,
he was too cool for coach.
no one thinks that's cool. We just think you're stupid.
It was like I remember being in like elementary and like people would come to school in shorts and they were trying to be like, oh, I'm not cold, I'm perfectly warm. And I'm like, dude, it's not cool to act like you're not cold.
Hell
I was
no.
like, no pun intended, but like that's not the cool thing to do. Like that was like
You know what's
opposite,
cool? Being warm.
right? I was like, you know what's cool? I'm not gonna be a freeze baby right now, and I'm pretty warm right now, and like I don't know.
I'm generally a bitch when it comes to the cold.
I know.
But like, but it's the thing is like, I'll just keep adding on layers, dude. It's like, I mean, in my house, air conditioning. It's freezing in there. I don't want to chill in 70-degree weather. Like, if I'm outside, I have to wear shorts and a t-shirt. But when I come inside, I have to switch to a fucking sweatshirt and pants because you have it at 70 degrees. It's just inconvenience.
No, that feels good. Here's what I tell people all the time: you can always put more clothes on, but once you're naked and you're still hot, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing. I mean, you can have air conditioner, but like, there's nothing you can do.
The only time, like this entire summer, there's only been 2 days I wanted the AC on. And that's because of super humidity after the rain. No humidity, I don't need anything. Doesn't matter. I'm cool.
I'll be like, and it's bad because I work in a kitchen.
Except for, I will say, it sucks when I'm gaming, and sometimes because I have the headphones. Which
Oh
are
my god,
so
these
all,
ones.
so all, yeah, basically, so all the heat traps in it, and like,
Yep.
you're just sweat's pouring off your ears, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I do that
All I
all
want
the
to do
time.
is play some Counter-Strike, but
All the time, I'll just be like sitting like this, and I'm like, I don't think this is worth it just to talk to somebody online. I'm about to tell him I'm done. I'm like, hey, I'm out. I gotta go do something else.
Well, I don't have speakers, so all my sound comes through that too.
I
So if
know.
I'm, oh god,
It's hot. It gets hot. I literally just sit there and I just die because it's just like it's too hot for me.
it's
Too
too
hot.
much.
Too cool for school.
Summer's nice as a whole though. People actually get outside and do shit.
Yeah, I mean, I get the like.
You don't understand. Like it's so hard because most of my friends are gamers to get them off their ass to do shit.
I mean,
Most of them don't want to do anything, dude.
I mean, I like doing.
I mean, couple that with the
activities and
fact
stuff.
that we live in like bumfuck nowhere.
Yeah, that's true too. I like doing stuff outside, like when I'm outside. Like, yeah, I mean, you remember when we were younger? We was always outside. Like,
We are literally my creek
yeah,
all the time.
yeah. So it's like it was always an outside thing for me. It's just like when I got older, I was just like, my hobbies started to be like more inside hobbies, and I'm
Right.
more of a homebody myself. So
Well, it's
like,
more like I'd still love to go play pickup football, but it's not like if I break my leg, like, oh, I'm just gonna be at school with a broken leg. No, I have to call off work.
yeah,
I can't do that shit. I can't
like,
afford to break
like
my
I
leg.
could go to basketball, but if I get crossed over, my ankles break or something like that, then what am I gonna do?
It's not good, dude.
Yeah, so,
Can't risk getting hurt.
yeah, you like this. I don't know. I just hate my worst, like my biggest pet peeve of summer is like if I'm standing there and I'm sweating. Like if I'm sitting in a specific area, not doing anything, but I'm pouring sweat. Like we was in this house. I was in this house. Took a shower, came out here, and I was sitting, like right here, and I'm just pouring sweat. And I'm like, why am I sweating so bad? I am literally sitting here. The fan is right there. The windows are open, and I'm pouring sweat. And I hate it. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I can't stand it. Like, I'd rather be, like, shaking, freezing, and then put a blanket on me and be like, ah. Like, even in the wintertime, I'd be like, I'd be getting hot in the wintertime. Like, I'll sit there and I'll be like, this blanket is too much right now. And I'll take it off me.
The only
and then
times
I'll be
I
freezing.
will say in the winter, every night in the winter, I will wake up in a pool of my own sweat. Because when I go to sleep, it's like, oh man, I need both of these blankets. And then you wake up like 3 hours later, and you're like, at least me, I'm just sweating my balls off. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, get this blanket off of me.
Nah, I mean, like, I go to bed with the same blanket.
I stepped outside, nothing around, or it blew off. We're just like, oh. Alright, time to go back to bed.
I don't know. It's just like I just like the winter more. Like I said, I get why people like summer. They get
Yeah,
like
if it could permanently be fall, it's the greatest place to ever live. Permanently fall.
I heard that's like San Francisco. Permanently like fall.
That's what I heard. It's
Like it's always
parts of
70,
California.
60.
It's called the Mediterranean climate.
Yeah.
So I need to go. I need to just move to like Italy.
I
or
want to move
Greece.
to like Alaska. I don't care.
Actually,
I don't care.
you want to live in the bush. Nobody around you. You gotta fly some water plane in order to get. Screw that.
Less people. I don't want people around me like that.
Screw that. I can't do that. I need people. I can't handle like as much as I hate stupid people.
Yeah.
Like I can't handle just being in the
I mean,
middle
what
of
would
nowhere
suck
for
was
too
when I
long.
want to do something, but like even now, like you know, we're nerds, and I want to play D&D, and I just can't get people to sit in one room because it's summertime. People are like, I got stuff to do with family, and I gotta take the kids here, and I gotta go to the zoo every other
That
weekend.
just has some like you just have to not pop out a kid. That's the entire problem there. When you start not wrapping your willy, bad for business.
But like I get like my thing is like there'd be kids.
Cannot
There's
trust
kids
them
like
to be
now,
on
and
the
like
birth control.
there's like kids now that like
It's gotten many of my friends.
they like, oh, I can't wait till the summer because then I get to drink and go out all night and like there's no school and I just work like it. I think for me what made summer like not cool was like Jersey Shore. Like when I would see like people be like Jersey Shore is so sweet, I want to live the life they live, or they live in a house.
Summer always sort of like I since 13 I've worked every summer and like summers off isn't really something I had. So
I mean, summers were fun when we were younger. I mean, you go to school.
I'm still working 40. I just instead of going to school I worked 40.
Yeah, but I'm saying like when we were like fourth grade and stuff like that, just like come home. Like, yo, you trying to do something? Yeah, let's all go ride bikes all day. Like, I just wanna be outside because I've been locked in all winter. But now, like, I'll be locked in all winter. I come outside, like, Go back inside. It's too sunny out
Because you
here.
don't have any time to do yourself. It sucks. You're like,
I know.
alright, I gotta put in my 8 hours, but I had to wake up an hour earlier in order to shower and everything, so that's eating up. So there's 9 hours of my day, and I get home, and now I gotta do the dishes, and then I had to clean this and that. And there's another 2 hours of my day. Oh, now I gotta cook dinner. It's like, it's too much, dude.
It is. I mean, this is responsibilities of being an adult. You got your parents anymore doing everything for you
Screw
and
that. I wanna live with my mom forever.
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 I actually, this is like.
If it weren't for the rules, they just kept making home cooked meals.
Yeah. I mean, some parents are like that, and their kids grow up to be
Yeah.
like.
Hey, that's why I tell Nate. I was like, you should never move out of your house. Parents let you do whatever you want. They gave you the entire upstairs of the house, basically, because they never go up there. And you have no reason to ever want to leave. Stay there for as long as you can.
I mean, I tell people that all the time too. I'd be like,
I love going.
they'll be like, oh, I can't wait till I hit 18, or I can't wait till I'm out of college. So
Fuck that! I moved out the day I turned 18.
I like,
big
listen.
mistake.
I said, listen, you stay in your house as long as you can. You do not leave until your parents kick you out, because there's no reason for you to live on your own right now. I was like, first of all, I seen the way you live in your room. You can't live by yourself. Second, you just don't function in life at all. Your parents are the only reason that you still like actually can do anything every day.
Yeah.
Cause like you don't wash clothes, you don't know how to cook, like you don't know how to clean. Like some of you guys can't even freaking drive. I was like, you can't even work, and you want to live on your own. They're like, oh, it's gonna be different when I don't have my parents. I'm like, no, trust me, you're gonna be just as lazy with your parents or without your parents. Like there's no difference between it. Like you stay with your parents as long as you can, and if they let you stay with them for free through college, you stay with them all through college.
Screw that. If they let you stay 10, I don't give a shit. It's the best. Especially when they're like, yeah, you can just have like the whole basement and everything. Whatever. Ain't no reason for me to move out. Like I haven't met people like that. They just have the basement. They have an entirely separate entrance. They don't even pay rent or anything. It's like, why would you ever move
I
out?
mean, eventually you gotta grow up.
Screw that.
Eventually.
To be honest though, like growing up, like you're still gonna be living with somebody though. At some point. Like even if I like no matter what, I'm going to have a roommate. So I could have a roommate that's pretty messy and I have to hound him to do the dishes, or just pay rent, live with my parents, and I know they're gonna do their shit. It's great. I have to be like, hey dude, it's your turn to do the dishes, man. Can you clean this? Or hey dude, no one's vacuumed in a while and I'm tired of doing it. Can you do it? No, I don't have to do that. I can literally just walk in and be like, oh, I didn't make this mess, they'll clean it up. And then go do my shit. But roommates suck.
I guess that summertime stuff, having roommates suck.
Dude, it does.
Yeah, so this was the O show. We're gonna be doing more topics, 2 topics a day, or no, not a day. Well, every time we do this, 2 topics.
2 topics a week.
Yeah.
Maybe more. Potentially.
Trying to do this, get this thing started up. I've been wanting to do this show for literally like a year now, like literally a year. So today was the first episode. Pretty fun. I like doing it. I always just like talking about random stuff.
Yeah,
like a lot of people don't understand that. Like
bullshit.
when I first made my very first podcast, they'd be like, "What's the show about?" And I'm like, "Anything." They're like, well, you don't have one thing that you do. I'm like, no, I just do whatever. They're like, you gotta have at least one thing, and I'm like, I do whatever. Like whatever you guys want me to talk about, I talk about it. Like people just understand that. So, because I mean, I got a bunch of stories. You got stories. Everybody's got stories. So
Everybody's got.
yeah. So
Self-deprecating ones are the best.
so we out there.